If you run a business, here's a truth no one wants to say out loud. Nobody cares about your dream more than you do. That's the brutal honesty. And as a result, no one's actually going to come and save you. No investor, no ad campaign, no magic social post is going to suddenly fill your pipeline. As a business owner, even if you hate it, it's something that you really need to embrace. If you want your company to survive, then you better sell, and you better sell well. And I'm not talking about just selling. I mean actually picking up the phone, knocking on doors, shaking hands, and closing deals. You either embrace that, or you're going to stay broke, frustrated, and invisible. And let me tell you, there's nothing worse. So let's talk tactics. This video is going to talk a bit about tactics to help you grow your revenue as a business owner. And if you're in that stage where you're not growing and you're in a rut and you don't know what to do, you need to step the hell up. Number one, you are the sales team, period. If you're the founder and owner, don't get too romantic about your role, what you're too good for or what you're not. You're not a visionary unless you're also the one feeding the machine with leads, pipeline, revenue, cold hard cash. In the beginning, you are the sales team, the marketing department, the closer, and the janitor. Don't farm out sales to Ernie. Learn about sales, master it. Don't avoid it, because if you can't sell your own offer, no one else can, and no one's going to buy it. Stop worrying about being perfect. Perfection is the enemy of cash flow. You got to get your message very succinct. Know who your target market is. Know what you're going to solve for them and how you're going to sell it to them. Let's talk about cold outreach. Is cold outreach dead? If cold call's dead? No, your nerve is. Let's talk about cold outreach. Calls, DMs, even emails. Most people don't do it because they're scared. They're worried about looking desperate, annoying someone, and not having the perfect pitch. They don't want to be rejected. Forget that. It's all about high-level quality activity and a lot of it. You got to make sure you're doing, as a business owner, minimum KPIs each day to win business for your company. And you've got the short, medium, and long-term pipeline. So some of these clients are going to be tactical and some of these are going to be strategic. And you've got to approach it in a different way. You need to be able to reach out to people who should be buying from you that don't know who you are. You've got to educate them who you are and how you can help them out. Make sure you research before you call. It's good to know what you do. It's good to articulate what you do, but you need to be able to hit it on the nail on the head. And to do that, you've got to understand exactly what it is that they're looking for, and what are their pain points. Now, you may not know all of that right out the gate. Have some preparation. Make sure you go in there with some information. And then, as quickly as possible, unpeel the onion. Get further and further towards the pain points. You actually understand what their challenges are and how your solution or product may fit. When you're making a cold call, come across authentic. Don't be a robot. Have a script for sure. Map it out. Have a framework for sure. But make sure that you add some color to it. And hey, why not be bold? Acknowledge the interruption. Hey, John, I know this is out of the blue. I'll keep it super short. Hit the pain and value. We work with the construction sector in Tennessee, and we provide commercial contractors with this particular result. Is that something that you've come across before? And is that sort of an outcome potentially going to benefit you and your bottom line? Have a look at your tone. The words could be great, but the way you say it, it's going to really depend on the style that they've got and making sure that in order to be able to sell, your tonality has to be good. Keep calm, keep confident, and remain human. If they hang up, good. Move on to the next, keep going. Who cares? It's a numbers game. The most important thing is to be dialing. It doesn't matter if you get rejected. 3 months from now, they may have a bigger need for your solution. But the most important thing is you're picking up that phone and you're putting in the call. You're not chasing approval. You're collecting data and you're opening doors. Some of it's got short-term appeal, some of it's got long-term. Number 4, networking. You got to be in the right rooms, people. And then you got to work them. Skip the random mixes and the pizza meetups. Go to events where people have money and they spend money to attend. Because those people are serious about growth. But before you go, there's a few things you need to take into account. Try and figure out who's going to be at the event beforehand. Look at websites, links, commonalities, even things like LinkedIn, post for people attending events. Make sure that you've got some people to attack straight away, and then you know who to speak to while you're there. At least if you target those people and you have a conversation with at least them, it's been a successful meeting. Prepare a couple of questions that show you know what you're talking about and you can have some of the conversations about their industry. Don't go in there empty-handed without any background information. They're going to see through it straight away and they're not going to give you any of your time. And have a follow-up offer or idea to share after the event. And after the event, this is critical. Follow up. Not next week, not sometime, that night or the next morning. Make sure you send a note. Hey, it was great meeting you, John. Here's that resource I talked about. Would love to grab 15 minutes to dig deeper on how I could potentially help you solve that issue you had. It's not a massive pitch. It's just real intentional connection. It's very quick that you disappear from their consciousness after one of those networking events. You've got to stand out and you've got to act on it and follow up immediately. Otherwise, with every day that passes, your ability to close that deal is going to be harder and harder. It's number 5, and this is still stemming from the last one. Follow up relentlessly, with or without being annoying. You think one call and one email is going to be enough? It's not. People are busy, they forget, and usually you need somewhere between 5 to 7 touch points to get them to give you an opportunity or make a decision. So your job is to build up a follow-up system. On the first day, you're reaching out to them, an email or a call or whatever it might be. You want to be able to raise some visibility as to who you are and what you do. If you haven't heard much, you can go to follow-up. Try and do it within a few days. Maybe you've got some value to provide, a case study, a result, testimonial, something customized to them and the problem that they may have. Haven't heard back? Try something different. Have you ever sent a voice note? Have you ever sent a introductory video through Loom or some other particular medium? Odds are you probably haven't, and a lot of people, such as your competitors, probably aren't doing that either. Think outside the square, be creative, get in their face. Don't try one tactic over and over again. Try something different. Systemize it. Have a process. Track all that stuff and use a CRM to do it. Don't wing it. And just remember, if you're being useful, helpful and respectful, you're not really being annoying. You're just being a professional. Number 6. Try and approach them in a way that's not the same as everyone else. Hey, just checking in. Hey, hope you've been well. Every single message they get's like that. That's lazy. Don't repeat the same crap over and over again. Instead, bring something new to the table. Hey, based on our last chat, I thought this case study would be relevant. I saw a new trend in your industry and figured It may impact your team or your bottom line. I want you to get across it. Sales is about leverage. You need to give value before you can ask for their time, sometimes all their money. I want to actually book a meeting. Make it easy for them to say yes. Don't say, let me know what works for you. Say, I've got a slot on Tuesday at 10 a.m. or Wednesday at 2 p.m. Which one of them will work for you best? Or better yet, include a link to your calendar. Let them pick. Get out of their way. Friction kills sales. Make it simple. Lead them to the result you want. Influence them and take control of the process. Closing. Make it obvious and make it fast. The close should feel natural if you've done your job properly. If you've given them the information, if you've handled the objections throughout your pitch, and you need to know what these objections are likely going to be. Try and address them throughout the process so when you get to the end of the pitch, asking for the business is straightforward. Remember, it should be natural if you've done your job correctly. When they're nodding, agreeing, asking questions, that's the time. You say, sounds like this lines up with what you're looking for. Want to get this started? Or everything looks good on your end. Ready to go? Be confident. And then shut the hell up. Let silence work. Silence does wonders. Get out the way of your own sales. Put the question to them and then zip it. Number 9, build a lead machine. It's not a lottery ticket. If you're relying on one big deal, or you've got one key or two key clients making up more than 60% of your revenue, you're building a house of cards. Man, you need to get a consistent pipeline of activity with new business all the time. And this doesn't come from being lazy or being a pussy. You got to get in there and do the hard work, and you got to do those sales calls that you don't want to do. And you need to do them all the time. Maybe you do 5 new cold calls per day. Maybe you do 3 follow-ups per lead. Maybe you're looking for 2 to 3 meetings per week minimum. Set your own targets based on your industry and make sure that they're stretch targets. You got to push hard, man. You got to go for the stars. If you want to make the money and you want to build your business to the point you can step away, you have to systemize, you have to have high standards, and you got to go for the kill relentlessly. Because if you go hard, you do the right systems, you have the right niche, you have the right message, you have the right solution, and you can sell it, and you can track it, then life is going to be good. When it comes to systems, the reality is systems beat hustle. So if you don't have one in place, a selling system or framework, you're going to be struggling to bring in new business. You're going to be struggling to grow your business. And if you're not growing, you're dying. Hustle, it gets you off the ground. You need grit. You need that killer instinct. Nothing wrong with that. But to take things to the next level and to get those big, juicy profits at the end of the year, and to afford people who can come in and help you do your job so you can outsource what you do and just focus on the high-level tasks, you need quality systems, my friend. So, at the very least, use a spreadsheet. Should be using a CRM. I hate to say it, even a whiteboard, use something, because you need to track the data. You need to plan it out. You need to have a strategy, and you need to stick to that shit. Lead stages, cold, warm, meeting, proposal closed. Have stages, track them. Have a pipeline, track it. Follow-up tasks, actually follow up. And then look, where's the conversion rates? Is this strategy working? How do I simplify the sales process? What do I take out? What do I double down on? How do I tweak it? How do I iterate it? I'll split test this strategy. I'll split test this script. I'll try this particular client. Look at what works. Look at what doesn't. Do more of what works. Always try new things. Always push the envelope. Look at your numbers weekly. Adjust what's not working. This turns chaos into consistency. Final word. Get ruthless or get replaced. Nobody will hand you money. You have to take it. Sales is the most direct path to growth. Every day you avoid it, you fall behind, and your competitors move forward. Don't get complacent. You win a client, everyone wants that business. You have to keep your clients and you need new ones. You've got to keep that engine running. As the business owner, it's your responsibility. So get out there, call those leads, get out your comfort zone, show up at those events you don't want to go to, send those emails at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning, own the conversations, take control, be the loudest, be the most relentless presence in your industry, be known, because the quiet businesses, they starve. You want to win? Sell like your future depends on it, because it does. Subscribe, like, share, get the message out there. If you found value in this, we'd love to grow the community. Peace.